This is another episode of Dangerous Ideas. My name is Shawn. I'm an innovation strategist. What we do is we break down concepts and frameworks that will change your life. Oh, wow. Hey, everyone. My name is Shawn. This is another episode of Dangerous Ideas. What we do in this podcast is we break down concepts and frameworks that will change your life. And in the building, in the new studio, we have a returning guest, Navin.
Appreciate you, man.
I'm
happy to be in the new studio.
This is crazy. A lot has happened, by the way. A lot has happened since you've been on the pod. Actually, the last time you were on the pod, I think I looked back, was actually in 2023. Like you actually have not been on.
We didn't do it at the office? Was it that long ago?
Yeah, you have not been on in 2024, which is crazy.
Well, man, look, it's overdue. I'm happy.
This is nine months, I believe.
That's the longest stretch.
Which is crazy. A lot's happened, man.
Yeah, a lot has happened.
You've had a baby. Rhea?
Had a baby.
How old is she now?
She's turning 6 months on the weekend, so
jeez,
almost 6 months.
That's incredible.
Yeah, time is flying. I told you before the pod,
yeah,
it's incredible seeing our kids grow every day and the things they're learning. She's eating solids. Every day for us is like a new experience.
What have you learned being a father? Like, what is the one lesson that you have learned that maybe you didn't anticipate? Like knowing, before, like what did you learn?
I think something I always thought about it, but I didn't think I would learn it this fast. Is just patience. I think throughout this, I've learned so much patience with mainly like putting her to bed or when she's having a freak out or when she's feeding. You know what I mean? Like just the patience and the understanding of like she doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah,
she has no idea of anything in the world. So it's up to us to figure it out and for us to like soothe her or put her back to sleep or whatever the case is. But that comes with a lot of you have 3, comes with a lot of patience. And I feel like I learned it a lot faster than I thought I actually would. Because sometimes I'm not a super patient guy when it comes to business and stuff. I want to get things, just done.
Yep.
But with her, it's not like that. It almost has to be in her time or when she wants it. And you have to I'm not bend the rules, but like work to what she wants.
Dude, this is such a great piece of advice, not only for somebody that's starting out, but also just in general as parents. I think this is like a great consistent advice for parents, because I think, even I feel it too. Oldest is 7 and we have 5, and it's reminding yourself that you have to be patient with them, right? Not everything's going to happen quickly. They're not going to listen to you.
Yeah.
And it's going to be constant, right? So you have to be patient. And
it's a process.
That's a great piece of advice.
So let me ask you, since we're doing this now, you have 3 kids, as you just mentioned. The oldest is 7.
7, 5, and 1.
So 7, 5, and 1. You're way past me, right? So what's something you could tell me as I go through this journey?
Man, 7, 5, and 1. I am past you. Parenting is obviously. It's funny because, man, everyone talks about how great it is, how incredible it is. And truly, I think it is just the most remarkable thing that you can do as a human being is to do this. Because what you're actually doing, and you'll realize it, I don't think you're going to realize it in the first 6 months.
Too early, yeah.
I think in the next 6 months to a year, you're going to realize seeing them see something for the first time,
right,
and them being amazed and having that wonder is incredible. And I still see it with my oldest,
right,
that they witness something for the first time. They experience something for the first time. They go on a flight for the first time. They get a present. They get a book that they really like. It's just incredible, like just seeing them
wonder.
Yeah, because for us, like it's like we've experienced everything.
Yeah,
we go to a really nice hotel. We go, we see stuff on Instagram. It's like we've already experienced something. So when you're like 35 years old and you're experiencing something for the first time, you're almost like you don't see any reaction, but to see the genuine reaction of your kids is actually incredible. And I hear a lot of parents saying, you know what, it's tiring, it's a lot of work, I'm exhausted, it's all that, but my kids actually give me energy. Like I'm excited to see them, and that's the one piece of advice that I would give is like, just maintain that energy for them. And you're going to get it back, right?
Exactly. I love
funny.
that.
It's crazy because when you put energy to them, they're going to give it back to you, and it's going to be...
It's this whole cycle.
It's a cycle, man. And so just enjoy the journey, man. It's been awesome.
I'm excited.
And I know a lot of people say it goes quickly, but I think if you take a step back and you just enjoy the moments, then it's not going to feel like it goes quickly. I actually don't think it's going quickly.
Right.
Because maybe because I'm trying to savor... I'm trying to like savor the moments and savor those experiences. So I don't know, man. It's awesome.
I think that's a good way to do it though, right? Savor as much as you can. It is going to go by fast, but like you said, if you enjoy those moments, then maybe it won't feel like that.
Yeah. So man, I'm excited for you. And then I guess the other thing for you guys is like time management, because I know you are someone that is like all in.
Cycle,
You are working like a dog. What has this taught you about time management?
So I feel like that's like my best trait is like time management. I literally have like a book, like a planner for time management. So I feel like that's what I do best. But it has taught me, even with this, having a baby changes that in so many different ways, right? Because like I may wake up and I might like time block and do all my cool, cute little things in the book. And then she changes that. Her nap is delayed by an hour. She wakes up 30-minute nap only as opposed to 2 hours. So she changes my schedule daily, which is like the best part because I always get to see her and be around her from being a work, stay-at-home type of dad type of thing. But I think that I've been lucky with my past experiences to have good time management skills. All she's taught me is that it doesn't matter, in my opinion. That's all. Like you're gonna do it and set it all up, but if she wants your time or she needs you, it's all being put to the side until she's ready. But the cool thing is now that she's not fully sitting up yet, but she's starting to like sit up more and she can hold up her neck properly. She does all that small things, so I can put her in my lap. Or now sometimes she sits on my desk, or she has her own chair, so she'll be playing, but she's next to me, so I can get a little things done here and there. So we're starting to like. This sounds weird, but she's starting to be like my partner in crime for work. In terms of she'll sit next to me. I think she not knows, but she sees me doing stuff, so she just plays. Yeah. And I'm there. She's happy. She's smiling. I give her my attention, and then we have these moments together, which is cool. Because I think that's the hardest part, right? Is balancing that. Yeah, 100%. I think what you'll realize too over time is that this is going to absolutely help you in terms of maximizing your time and being productive. And studies show that people with more kids become more successful. Like they just really, they just. I don't know why. Just get more things done? I don't know if they get more things done, but they become smarter with time. It makes sense, right? If you don't have that much time, you either get other people to do the work that you can't do, or you have to be super productive during the time that you have. Because I know, for example, myself, like I know I have from like 9:30 to like 3:30. Right, that's your window. That's my window. I got to maximize it because of, when I get from 3:30 to like 8:30, like it's done. It's done. Yeah. So it's like you got to make sure that time is productive. And that's why on the planes I'm super productive too. Right. Because I know that's an incredible time to just focus and sit down and get stuff done. Yeah. And one of the things that I love is that I need someone, maybe it's going to be you, because I think you might be a great person to do this, is to show what your like a morning routine looks like. Yeah. What does it actually look like for somebody with a kid? Because I see all these people. I remember I was watching, and no shade to Jay Shetty, but I think I saw a morning routine of what Jay Shetty did. And Jay Shetty like woke up every single morning, and no alarm clock. He would go out and get sun in his eyes. Okay. And then he would brush his teeth and meticulously brush every tooth of his. And then he would go and work out. And then he would go back and meditate. And then he would have his greens. And then he would eat a nice breakfast. Like, wow, it's like 4 hours. Yeah. No, how are you doing all this? Him, man. No, it's not possible. You know how I get woken up? My son comes in my room. Shaking, he's like, "Daddy, let's go. I need some cereal in my mouth." And I'm like, that's like. There is no morning routine. Yeah. So every morning is different, right? Yeah. There's no morning routine.
So, anyways, I need a morning routine.
I like that. Maybe I need
and
to
we
film.
need stages. We need a morning routine of somebody with 6 months. Then we need a morning routine of somebody with 3 kids.
Yeah.
I want to see that
The
morning
progression.
routine. That is the morning routine I need to see. So, man, congratulations to you
Thank you.
guys. And beautiful. 6 months. And you're already a changed man. So it's great, man.
Absolutely.
Listen, one of the reasons why I love having you on this pod is because we get to talk about current events, and I don't think there's many people on the planet that are tuned in as you about what's happening in the culture than you. So I love these moments because, obviously this podcast is about dangerous ideas. We're going to have some dangerous ideas here, but also it's cool to just talk about some of the things that are happening in the culture and some of getting your takes on it. Now, one of the things that I was really fascinated about this weekend was seeing the UFC event at the Sphere. I don't know if you saw all. Of course,
we had boys' night. We watched it live. Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't watch the actual televised event at the theater. I only saw it on social media.
Yeah.
And I just been fascinating with the Sphere and using all those graphical elements. I talked about it a ton on this podcast.
Is your dream.
It's my dream. It is my dream. It is absolutely my dream. I can get to that later. But watching it televised, legitimately though, was it very cool?
Yeah. So we watched the whole pay-per-view event. It was like 4 hours long. I loved it. So the first thing I saw was the NHL draft there.
Yeah.
They killed it. Loved that.
It was cool.
Then I was like, hey, Dana's doing this. They put whatever, $20 million into it. I thought it was incredible. Because the visuals that they're providing, and it was like a Noche night. It was like a Mexican night. It was all Mexican themed. So everything you saw on the screens was like themed not only to the night, but to the fighters. And what I thought was cool is when they put the fighters on the screen, they obviously shot new content, maybe on green screen or something, but the fighters were like large, right, on the screens.
Yeah.
As they walk out with all their stats, their knockouts, all this kind of stuff. So like you're not only seeing it in person as they walk out, I just feel like you're getting a better visual representation of what's happening than the replays, the little cool highlights, all the little in between stuff. I feel like if I was there, it would have been like the best sporting event I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's what I was imagining, is that obviously being in the Sphere would have been amazing, incredible, because you're seeing it. I didn't know how it would have translated onto live television.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. Obviously, like the thing is when you're watching the fight, you don't see any of that really because it's so like in. But when they crop out to the fans and you see everybody like looking at the thing and you see it's like almost like a 360, I don't know, it was like breathtaking. Because I was like, this is a new way to experience live sporting events that was the first time ever.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's only going to get better. And I can imagine that whatever the company that built that Sphere is, they're probably working on other projects or other people are going to compete with them. So what's the next one? And did you see the other company that came out with the football? Did you see the immersive football event that they had?
The immersive football event. No.
It's a new technology company, and they've something similar to the Sphere, but they've built this whole stadium where like it's fully immersive with the screens and stuff, and they're doing live sporting events in there. So imagine you're going to a movie theater.
Are you talking about Cosm?
I don't know if that's what it is. Is that what it is?
So Cosm, COSM, they have a spot in LA, and I think they have another spot in Arizona.
Okay.
Where it's kind of like a mini Sphere. And what they're doing is they're showcasing not just football games, but everything. Like they're showing basketball games, whatever. And it's kind of like a Sphere type experience where you get like it's as if you are in the actual stadium. And one of the cool things is they're not just like televising. They're not showing you a broadcast of like NBC. What they're actually doing is they actually have a production crew. Like Cosm has a production crew that's out there at the game, and they are shooting that footage as if it was that live footage as if you were like front row seats at a Real Madrid game or whatever.
Right, so you're getting that up close experience. So that has to be it, what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I saw it online. It looked pretty.
It looks really cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a mini Sphere experience for those that can't go to the Sphere. And actually, what's interesting about Cosm is that the people that created or are part of like planetariums, like go to the Space and Science Center. That is like they're using that technology and applying it to what they're doing.
See, that's interesting.
Now, I'm really curious to see if it's going to come to other places because the economics of it are
probably crazy.
Yeah, it is expensive. I don't know what the breakdown is, but it's definitely over like $100 to like to have one person to sit there.
Right.
I don't know how sustainable it is, because if you think about something similar like a Top Golf, for some reason is not doing very well. It's the revenues have not
Going down.
caught up to the hype really, and obviously at the beginning they were like everybody was talking about Top Golf. You go to different places, people talk about Top Golf, and they've expanded incredibly. Actually, they're coming to Edmonton,
which is crazy,
which is really cool. But I'm not sure why they haven't done so well. Maybe because it's expensive. Have you been to Top Golf?
I've been to a few Top Golfs. It is expensive, short hours, so it's like that probably is part of it. And also, I love Top Golf, but if you go once or twice, I don't know how many times you can repeatedly go. Even if you play the games, I don't know, that was just my experience. I love golf too. But like, is there a way that, my thought is there a way they can incorporate some of these screens to maybe change some of the ranges? So now when you're golfing, maybe like it's immersive, you're in.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you're in Abu Dhabi all of a sudden, like golfing there.
This guy is creating Top Golf with Cosm. New interactive. There you go, man. Like, I love that, man. That's a cool experience.
I'd pay extra for that, because then it's like now it's a different experience, right?
Yeah.
You go with the boys, you have a good time.
Yeah.
Golf 9.
You change the. It's like a simulator, like
Yeah, it's like a.
It's like a simulator.
A better simulator, right?
A better simulator.
Yeah, like Apple Vision Pro simulator. Like you're actually there.
So I want to get back to the Sphere for a second, but it's funny you mentioned that, because this morning what I was doing as Neve came into our new office, I was mid on like full blast. It sounded like I was at a rock concert. I was full blast watching the Snap, the 2024 Snap Summit that happened today.
Okay.
On Tuesday. So basically what they do is just like Apple does their events, Snap was having their sort of event for their partners around the new things that they're offering to their market. And the thing at the end that Evan Spiegel introduced today was their new AR spectacles. Now, now Snap has been working on these spectacles for a very long time. And to be honest with you, no shade to Snap. I love Snap. By the way, Snap has been one of the most innovative companies of all time. They created ephemeral messaging. They created stories. They created the lens, the filters that we see today. So incredibly innovative companies. The spectacles, I'm not gonna lie to you, they have not cracked that at all. Like hardware spectacles, I saw them. When Evan Spiegel announced it, Evan Spiegel was like, and now new and improved spectacles. It looked like I don't know. It looked terrible. It looked terrible. And that's the thing, is that spectacle, take a look at it. Spectacles has always been, Snapchat is cool. They're modern, but hardware, I don't know. They just have not cracked it. It doesn't look cool. Are you taking a look at it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. These don't look cool. It's these ones with the new little 2 holes at the top too.
You know what?
Is that it?
No, I think.
Or this is probably a different one, maybe.
They're thicker. They look like they are. They look like.
Or is it this?
You gotta look 2024.
Okay, maybe these are throwbacks. Okay,
It came out today.
Okay, yeah.
It came out today, so you gotta look at what.
Oh yeah, okay. SPS 2024. Yeah, they're thick.
They're thick.
They're thick, guys. Yeah.
They're thick. Yeah, they are thick.
Fashion statement, man.
Maybe they are. Maybe I'm not the first one to be. Although I look like Steve Jobs today.
And what is it again? You put it on, and what's
yeah? So it's basically AR goggles. It's basically an AR, an augmented reality, kind of like what Apple Vision Pro can do, but obviously at lesser capacity.
Okay.
It doesn't have that many apps.
Right.
It has very limited functionality, but it helps augment what you're seeing in the world.
Interesting.
A little bit more, makes it a little funner. Anyways, all this to say, so we're talking about Sphere, which is ultimate.
Yeah.
We're talking about Cosm,
Between.
and Final Cut, the Apple Vision Pro and then the Snap spectacles. All this to say, all we're talking about is like these really immersive experiences where people want to experience something that's like way more augmented. Now, if you told me that the Sphere would be as popular that it is right now, like I was actually a little skeptical, because I just didn't know how many people would want to go and see something that's
like that,
incredible like that. I just don't know. And I still don't know how many artists, I said this before, I don't know how many artists can actually play the Sphere. How many artists actually are willing to spend $20 million on a production.
It's crazy.
UFC spent $20 million.
Yeah, it's insane.
By the way, they made $22 million back on tickets.
Yeah.
But that's not including their the production value that the staff that they had working on
Staff and all this stuff. I heard their merch sales went crazy, but like they probably, I'm sure, broke even or made money, but still, it's a lot. What I wanted to ask you, this came to my mind, is I like the Apple Vision Pro concept of, I think it's called spatial something, spatial reality. I don't know what they call it,
Yep.
but basically it's the ability, like 15 years from now, as I'm filming videos with my phone or my new iPhone 16, you know, Rhea could put it on and relive those moments as though she was actually in the room with us. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
I feel like that's incredible.
That's cool.
Like for us, I mean, I wish I had that for our parents, you know, because some of the memories we could have seen would be cool.
That'd be amazing.
So like, I like that type of tech where it's like actually going to be useful for us and our kids to be like, oh, let me go relive this soccer game with my dad or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
No, it's absolutely going to be part of our future.
Yeah.
And like any innovation that we've ever seen, it always looks like a joke. It looks like the Snap spectacles that they announced today. But it's going to improve, right? And that's why I love Snap, is that they continue to work on it time and time again. They try to make it better, and I think they will. I think they'll crack it at some point. And then I was just asking Neve today, I'm like, how many people in the wild have you actually seen with an Apple Vision Pro on?
I've seen one.
I'm not going to lie to you. I travel a lot. I've only seen one person wear an Apple Vision Pro that was not like, I would say doing it for like
a video or something.
A video,
yeah.
Right? I've seen that before.
Yeah.
But actually, like I saw somebody in the airport lounge with it. That was the first time that I've seen somebody with it. So it's just like, I don't know. It's not part of
It's
culture
definitely
yet.
not mainstream. I mean, what is it, like 4Gs or something like that? It's expensive. Whatever it is, it's expensive. So I'm not the everyday person, but it's probably going to be another 5 years till they innovate it. But I feel like eventually it's going to get to the point where it's in every household. Like you said. It's like an iPhone. Yeah. We're just upgrading every year and getting it.
So going back to Fear, was cool. It was cool watching it.
I just want to know what the next thing is going to be. The next sporting event's going to be there. Because I think they set the bar, and if you can't have an NFL game, you can't. There's not a lot of things you can do there because of the way it's angled and set up.
Yeah.
But I'm still curious, what could that
WWE.
be? I think that's a no-brainer. You know, a WWE WWF match would be incredible, but even boxing, you get, not now, but if you had Manny Pacquiao and Floyd when they were in their heyday, that would be a crazy event.
3-on-3 basketball.
3-on-3 could be there too. So there's a lot of things that could happen. So I'm excited what could be there. And I told Am it's on our bucket list one day. If it's Beyonce one day, or you know who's going to be there, like that's a bucket list thing to go experience and see.
Yeah, 100%. So I'm not able to talk about this subject to many people, but because you're in the sports and media landscape, what did you think of Shannon Sharpe's? So just as context, now this is probably not something that you typically get on Dangerous Ideas, but Shannon Sharpe, who is he used to be an incredible football player, turned media personality, probably the hottest. I would say he's one of the hottest podcasters, media personalities on the planet now.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
The heat on him is crazy.
Yeah.
He's got a show, Club Shay Shay, rocked after the Cat Williams episode.
That went crazy.
He's got Nightcap with Ocho Cinco, which is
viral,
absolutely crazy. Yeah. So he's on First Take with Stephen A. Smith. This guy is untouchable right now. And a couple days ago, his Instagram live went off with him actually making love to a woman named Michelle or Nichelle, or I don't know. And good. I heard his team like shut it down like maybe a couple minutes later, but it's an active audio of him actually, doing
having fun.
Having fun, doing his thing with and it's funny because I think with anybody else, they may have been like kicked out or fired, but because there's so much heat on Shannon,
what can you do?
Like he's just unstoppable. They're like, nope, let's keep going. But I just thought that was hilarious. Now you're somebody that's been on IG Live. I've never been on IG Live. Is it hard?
Is
it hard to go on IG Live?
Here's my first point. Like it's not one button to go on IG Live. Yeah. Right. There's a couple of different things you got to do. You might need to put a title. You might need to do some certain. You know what I mean? It's different. It's not just like let's go live.
Right.
So I think it's hilarious that it happened. I think
it's
in
fake?
my opinion, it was just PR publicity, whatever.
Wow.
For his team, because the only reason I say that is you never saw anything, right?
No.
Right. You never saw anything. So nothing was actually, no rule was broken in my opinion. You only heard things.
Yeah.
My thing was like, this guy got so much positive cloud, maybe negative cloud too. Why not keep it rolling? Keep his name in the headlines, keep things pumping out. Because he didn't do anything wrong, in my opinion. But to say it was an accident, like his foot tapped IG Live, like that's multiple. If we go right now, multiple buttons I got to press to go on IG Live.
Really?
You know?
That's crazy.
Come on. If I go right now, I got to go plus button. I got to go live. That's 2. Then I got to press the live button. That's 3. And it's going to count down. So 3 buttons minimum.
Wow.
So someone was in the room, or maybe the girl was sneaking. She did it.
Right.
Maybe she wanted to get her face on there. I don't know.
Right. Well, so what my question is, because I saw all the takes around this.
Yeah.
And I saw Nightcap them talking about this. My interesting point is like, because it sounded like when he was in the action of doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
And I listened.
It wasn't your starting.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like you were starting. Yeah. It sounded like he was like midway or near the end.
Yeah.
So at what
Someone
point?
snuck in the room.
What point are you on IG Live? What point of this interaction are you on your phone and then you throw it on the bed? Like I'm not.
There's only one thing I can't say on camera. There's only one thing I could think of that can make it work, but I won't say it. But like, there's no way he was doing anything. Like, there's no way the phone was in his hand and they were doing stuff. And you know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
There could have been, he could have been bored or whatever. But like, there's no way he was disrespecting the girl that much. You know what I mean?
Bored.
Like, he's like, let me get a clip. Let me get a clip real quick.
No. Oh my God, that's actually hilarious. Now, that's a great theory. Second theory is that he may have wanted to record it, like just have an intimate moment with this girl and record it, but he was just like too in the moment and he couldn't. Like he wanted to remember the experience of this, and he wanted to do it. But I thought the funniest thing of this whole thing was he kept saying her name.
Yeah,
he kept on saying Michelle or Nichelle, which is so funny because when he's on the show, when he used to be on Undisputed with Skip, he'd be like, Skip, let me tell you. He always repeats someone's name, Skip.
Yeah.
Now, when he's on the first take, he's always like, Stephen A, I'll tell you what,
multiple
Stephen A.
times,
He's like, Ocho.
Yeah.
He always repeats someone's name. So it's just so hilarious. It was so authentic for him to keep saying Michelle.
He's actually a funny guy. And look, I love his content. I think he's hilarious.
I love his content too.
And this only, in my opinion, moved him higher up.
But I don't think the reason why I don't think it's I think it's not fake or PR stunt is that he doesn't need it. He's already when you're at the top.
Good point. Yeah.
When you're at the top, like the heat that he has right now, you don't need it. Like the way that Club Shay Shay has grown over the last number of
it's insane.
This last year has been absolutely crazy. So shout out to Shannon. So listen, I wanted to I talked about this in another episode, which is the idea of AI companionship. Now, I don't know if you saw this, but there's a new social media app. Yes. It's called SocialAI. And what you can do with this is you can put out a tweet and get AI followers to comment and like your posts.
Yeah, your posts, yeah.
And I thought that this was straight out of a Black Mirror episode that you're posting on this social media account so that fake AI people can respond to what you were saying
and interact with you. Yeah.
I just think that it's and so I'm gonna show you how it works, okay?
So as you pull it up, I saw something on this morning actually.
Okay.
And I couldn't wrap my head around the concept. This one guy who tweeted it, whatever his name was, he was just saying like, oh, like maybe people are using this to test out content and tweets to see how it'll go before it's posted on in real life. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
So it doesn't really make sense. Let me show you how this works. So okay. I'm gonna post some. I'm gonna put a tweet out, which is
drop it. Let's go. What you got?
Talking to Nav, and we think that Shannon Sharpe's IG live was totally fake.
Okay, I like this. Let's see.
What's your thoughts? Not thoughts like that, but like, what's your thoughts? Okay. Okay. Talking to Nav. By the way, I don't know if this happened.
So you just sent it already. So
I sent it.
All right.
I don't know if this happened. I got the @Shawn, but I don't know if everyone gets @Shawn because it's fake. So, you know what I mean? Like, okay. So now I already have
Whoa, those came in
messages.
fast.
I got messages.
Those are paragraphs.
Dr. Maxine Fraser, Shawn, let's dissect this. If Sharpe's IG Live was indeed staged, it reflects our obsession with the fabricated reality of social media. Isn't questioning authenticity the real win here?
Wow.
The allure of authenticity versus performance. Interesting take, Shawn. If it is fake, it's another layer. Shawn, to determine if Sharpe's IG Live was fabricated, we should analyze, Shawn, if it was fake. Crazy.
It just keeps going. How many likes do you have on this post?
It can keep going.
Yeah,
it keeps going.
This post is blowing up.
It keeps going, man. So
oh yeah, just loaded another set right there.
Wow. Okay, so I need to understand this.
So like,
Why would we do this?
I can't wrap my head around other than if someone needed a false reality. You know what I mean? That they're popular or something, or like that their tweets mean like what? I can't get it.
So my understanding from the founder was the reason why he created this was because often you may feel stressed out or you may feel lonely.
Okay.
And this may be a way of basically getting digital friends to just hear you out. People need to be heard. They need to be admired, respected, valued, and this is a way for doing that.
So it's like basically getting fake love, fake friends.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
And I also understand there's probably actually a large amount of people in the world that would use this and probably want that validation. But like for someone like us, like I don't see why we would use and download it at all.
Okay, so hot take. Do you think that this is going to be huge, or do you think it's going to be a bomb, a complete failure?
This is actually a tricky question because I still think there's a lot of people that would use that app. And
I'll give you my take.
I could see people using that app and then fabricating it to look like something else and then posting that. You know what I mean? Like, or like somehow utilizing that profile to make it seem like they're so much bigger than they are.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'll say my hot take is that it won't do well, but that's probably wrong.
My belief is that the social media status thing, I think I think it's going to fail too. I think it's going to fail because I think the fundamental nature of why social media exists, I believe it's because of status. It's because you're trying to signal something to someone else. And there is no signaling mechanism. You can't, what do you say?
Right.
They're not, it's all fake.
Right.
So when it's all fake, you can't signal to fake people that you're smart, you're cool, you have great ideas. It's all fake. So I just don't think, I mean, if you think about every social media, it turns into this social signaling thing, like likes, comments, retweets. That's all part of like social signaling. Followers, like that's all part of it. Like the reason why you might share an idea or share a picture on social media is because you may want people to think that you're cool or relevant or whatever, right? So I just don't think that this is going to be a thing.
Big. What's it called again? The name?
It's called SocialAI, which is probably the worst name ever, by the way, because you're not going to be able to find
it.
Yeah. But in previous episodes, I have talked about AI companionship, AI intimacy.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw what OnlyFans was doing in terms of their numbers, like incredible numbers. Like OnlyFans' business model.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
is just nuts.
The amount of money they're making.
They make like more revenue per employee than any of the big tech companies. They make probably like $650 million operating margin. Like it's just a crazy nuts business. Just the craziest business of all time.
They've killed it.
Okay. But if you think about, let's unravel what OnlyFans is all about. OnlyFans, at the end of the day, if I would just succinctly describe what it's all about, to me, it's about a digital girlfriend or a digital boyfriend, right? It's not someone that you're going to meet. You're not going to meet an OnlyFans girl or an OnlyFans guy. You're paying for their pictures, their videos, and their DMs, right?
Right, and that's it, yeah.
Right? So if it's purely digital, then it makes sense that an AI version of that would still be valid, right? I think that that someone would maybe pay for an AI
Yes.
replicated version of a girlfriend.
1,000. Isn't that coming already? I thought
already here.
I thought I saw something that's already here. Like that's
no,
that's
it's already
the
here.
future. Yeah.
But I'm just saying that AI, like an OnlyFans,
Yeah, I agree.
AI influencers.
I think that would destroy them. Like that would kill the market.
Yeah.
Because people would be like, oh, well, it'd probably be cheaper too, by the way.
Yeah.
So why not? Yeah, I'll just pay this person. They look the exact same. I'm getting the same satisfaction. I'm getting what I need.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Which is a crazy thought, though.
It is a crazy thought, and that's another Black Mirror episode. But I'm gonna give $1 million business right now, a multi-million-dollar business right now.
Love it. Let's go.
You create an AI influencer that is that can do pictures and videos based on all the tools that we have today, which are incredible. You post on TikTok, you post on Instagram,
Right.
you build a following, then you move to OnlyFans. Or some platform where now you can message, and all of it's automated, right?
Yeah.
So you message, you can get pictures and videos exclusive from that AI influencer, and I fundamentally believe that people will pay for it. Now, it's
For sure.
Now, morally, this is not something that I can do, but I'm just saying, I'm dropping it here just for people to.
There's some
pick
hustlers
up.
out there probably already doing this and building it out.
No, yeah,
For sure.
absolutely. Like, it's funny because, you know, on another episode I was talking about, like, what does this mean? Like, if people are creating AI companions and people are creating AI social media, will people create, like, AI, marriage, like AI wives or husbands? Will people create AI, like, friend group chats? Like an AI group chat. If you are AI
That's
social
scary.
media,
That's scary.
AI group chat.
That's actually a good idea, to be honest. Because I think a lot of people would want that. As
AI
opposed to
group
social,
chat?
as opposed to social media, I think people would want to have a group chat on their phone. More because if you're feeling lonely, if that guy built it for those reasons.
Yeah. Like,
Man, a group chat actually makes more sense for him to do.
maybe that's
I think we're shelling out a lot of good business ideas
AI group chat.
on this show.
Okay, we need to
need to
get the
change.
name group chat AI right now.
Yeah, just hold
AI
hold-
parents.
Okay, so you see this. So this is crazy. So you
What?
said AI parents and AI husband wife. I can actually see that, especially with Apple Vision Pro, and you go into this reality world, go into the metaverse or whatever.
Yeah.
People are already doing that, by the way. Why not get that? Why not go meet them every day and do your stuff when you put your headset on
Yep.
and you pay $9.99 a month or something like that?
AI fitness coach.
Yeah. Oh, that one I feel like is
Yeah.
a no-brainer. And
Yeah.
that one, I think that would kill.
That would kill.
That would kill.
It would keep up with you. It would give you all the training.
Yeah.
It would show you the exercises.
Yeah, sends you updates or
Sends you
whatever.
updates.
Yeah.
It would yell
Calls
at
you
you.
fat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yell-
Like,
yell
yo,
at
like you look bad today.
That is a more reputable business that we could probably.
I actually really like that.
Yeah, an AI
That's good.
version. It's like, you ever watch Insanity? Do you ever do Insanity with Shawn T?
Long time ago. I
Shawn
remember.
T?
I was huge back
So
then.
imagine Shawn T.
Yeah.
Shawn T, the main guy. He is like your AI trainer.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, Shawn, wake up. Where's your report?
Yeah.
Yo, here's the new exercise. He sends you the new
Yeah.
exercise.
Clock in. You got to work.
Clock in.
Hey, man. That's a good one.
Okay, that's a good one.
That's
too,
a good
right?
one.
So you think AI group chat or AI fitness?
Hey, yeah, I'd go AI fitness just because of who we are.
Yeah.
But AI group chat, that's a sleeper.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
AI
can see a
group chat.
lot of
Okay.
people using AI group chat.
Okay, man. I'm just. I think so too. Okay, we need to figure it out. What other things were we not like? AI parents, meaning like now, if you don't have parents, you have an AI version of a mom or dad that you, like that, like
Yeah, someone you can
get advice.
talk to your bad decisions about before you do them. Yeah, get advice.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to buy this house. What do you think?
Yeah.
Again, these are all weird things that we're even talking about them right now, but I don't think they're that far off from being reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, think
Yeah.
these are, we're gonna see this in a couple of years for sale. And we're like, man, we should have built that.
I know. I wonder if AI social media is like one of those things that you're like, man, I wish I would have built that. AI social media, I don't think so, but
Just anything AI, I think there's so many gray areas and there's so much opportunity, but it's just like, there's so many things you have to do, right? The knowledge, the tech, the things to get involved with. But it's the future. Did that thing come out already? The Oprah Winfrey talk?
yeah.
That's already out. I didn't get
I
a
think
chance.
I thought it.
I saw some social, but like they're having all these guys like Sam and MKBHD and everyone talk about AI. It's like it's obviously there. The next 10 years. I
If
think it's
Oprah's talking about it, we are here.
Come
She
on.
moved from Ozempic to
Yeah,
AI
yeah.
real quick.
You know, she's getting the mainstream, like the older generation to watch, right? So
Yeah.
it's like now people are going to take it seriously.
Yeah, 100%.
It's here.
It is here. You know, it's funny because I did two things last night. Number one is I've been playing a little bit more with OpenAI's O1. They got this new version,
Okay.
which is basically it's a version that does reasoning very well. So what ChatGPT or any of these platforms do very well, they're very conversational, right? It'll
Yeah.
take a prompt and then, but what O1 does is that it actually does reasoning. So it can actually think through something a little bit more deeply. It can take more complex, it can do a little bit more
Okay.
complex tasks, which I think is a game changer. The other thing that I did was I used this other technology called Vertex, where you can basically take a screenshot of any website and basically will recreate it right from scratch. And so I've been saying this for, it's funny because if we pull back the tape in September 2022, this is before ChatGPT, this is when we were playing around with Midjourney. At that point, I was at a keynote and I said, we're getting into a world where anything that is digital will be replicated.
Yeah.
So an app, a website, an image, a video, anything that we spent billions of dollars creating in a digital world will be replicated by AI. And it's happening. It's happening way faster than I ever thought. Like taking a screenshot of a website that somebody built for, it took them forever to build, and to replicate that is wild.
And just gives you the code? Or
Not only gives you the code, it rebuilds it.
That's insane.
It rebuilds it for you. We're starting to
that is
re-engineer
insane.
everything. So imagine like an Uber app. You're like, I want you to re-engineer
want
Uber. It's going to take all the pages from Uber, and then it will start to re-engineer it so that you have an Uber-based app in your hand. But of course, the reason why Uber
Game
is
changer.
successful is not just because of the tech.
Yeah.
It's because they built this network. They went through all the regulations. They got all the drivers, a lot of hard work. But it's just saying that technology is becoming increasingly more commoditized. It is. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
So on this point, one of the concepts that I've been really fascinated with is the power of digital real estate. And this goes back to the idea of branding. Now, back in the day, when you would read a newspaper, what they would do is they would put the most relevant information at the top of the fold. So you would,
Right.
because it was such a big
If-
newspaper,
yeah.
you would be like, you'd flip it, and the front page, the top of it would be the most relevant information. And in the digital world, the same thing happened. So you would put the most relevant messaging on the hero banner of your website. Right. Now the idea, and you would want to dominate that. And then on Google, digital real estate was like, who were the first two clicks, right?
Right.
So
Top of the page, yeah.
Top of the page. That's why the sponsored posts,
Yeah.
That's why they gave up that real estate. And it makes sense. If you're looking up what is the best headphones
Yeah.
in 2024 and you have a sponsored
You want it
post,
fast, too.
it makes sense that became the top of the real estate. But now that we are moving post newspaper, post Google, the new sort of digital real estate is two things. Number one is AI. So what is going to be top of mind in terms of like when you ask Claude, ChatGPT,
Right.
Gemini, what is going to be the top 3 or 4 things? That's going to be a new part of digital real estate. And also when social media, like I find it really fascinating when you get when you're on Instagram and you haven't been on that for a very long time, what are the top 5 things that
Couple
show
things
up?
you see,
Or
yeah.
the top 5 stories? That becomes digital real estate.
Yep.
And I believe that if you want to own the first story or the first image, I actually think that Instagram will start allowing you to pay for that.
Yeah.
That's the top of the fold.
That's an interesting point.
Right?
Really interesting point.
And if you look at even Netflix, the top 10 shows, the top 10 movies, those are the ones that get instant distribution.
most,
And
yeah.
part of the reason is because we are just lazy. We just want to
Yeah.
go to
But it's recommended or it's there. Let's just,
exactly.
it must be good.
It must be good. And it's what's wild is that we often think that the algorithm is figuring out what's good, but there's also a lot of people pulling
They're putting
the strings.
They're placing it where they want what they want you to see.
The YouTube algorithm, what they put on that front page is digital real estate. And obviously the ways to deal with this is if you pump out more relevant, good content, you're going to be at the top of the real estate.
Easily.
And the more
Yeah.
digital real estate that you can own now, the more you're going to win in the future.
100%. The Instagram point is really interesting about maybe paying for stories or even paying for a top pin post.
Yep.
I can definitely, with the way they're experimenting with ads and stuff, that's for sure probably coming very soon, which I think makes a lot of sense.
Well, if you go on Facebook, they kind of already done that. It's already like the top number of posts are just basically ads. It's like a
Oh, really?
It's like
I don't know Facebook much, but that makes sense if they're doing that already.
yeah. So digital real estate is honestly, I keep saying this, is that the what we see is what becomes important, right? So if what we see becomes important, it makes sense that the most important things end up being the things that get the most attention. And if we only look at the world through this, and we only look at the world through the apps that we look at, they're actually controlling a lot of what we
Everything.
think is important.
Yeah.
Right? So how do you become, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a founder, as a content creator, whatever, like how do you own that digital real estate? And I think you've done a great job of this too, just through content, right?
Yeah. Well, I think same with you. I think it's just consistency, right?
Yeah.
When you first mentioned first story, first post, all I could think about in my head was, before you said the paid part, I was like, oh, like, yeah, probably the people who are just consistently posting every day, and you're being ranked by Instagram and the algorithm, so you're gonna naturally show up more. Plus, I'm watching your stuff more, so you're gonna get ranked higher. I feel like consistency is all you can do at this point, unless they start offering paid options, which then everyone's gonna jump to do, right?
Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah. So I recently did something. I haven't. Have you ever have you ever worked with like paid agencies, like social media agencies?
To do paid ads?
Paid media ads.
Yeah. We're doing something in the lab right now.
Okay.
Yeah. First time though.
I've
Hiring one. Yeah.
We've only done it. I've only paid other people to do it.
Yeah.
Like very sparingly. And I'm actually an idiot because paid ads is such a good investment if you do it right.
If you do it right.
If you get the right people to do it.
Yeah.
And what I noticed on one of the places that I haven't done it on, but I'm starting to do it because now I'm getting brand deals and we're doing more like LinkedIn brand deals and we're looking at that. They actually have this thing called thought leadership ads in LinkedIn that I know that literally 0.001% of
Never heard of it.
LinkedIn users know. And the ads are so elegant in the actual feed that it doesn't even look like an
ad.
LinkedIn ad. And so we've been trying to experiment with like running ads on LinkedIn just as thought leadership posts, just to create more brand awareness around the things that I'm pushing. So anyways,
I like that.
Yeah. And it doesn't even look like a sponsored post. It looks completely authentic. And by the way, I'm not even pushing anything. I'm not even selling anything, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's probably a video you've already filmed. It's natural content for you.
And by the way, it already shows it always shows your existing organic
views on the video.
Views,
so you're
likes,
just
comments.
repurposing. Yeah.
It just shows it as promoted.
That's smart, man. I always say, like, to get ahead, you got to find where other people aren't, or they're not doing it. And first, I know there's LinkedIn ads, but I never heard of thought leadership.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like right up your alley, which is huge.
Yeah. So I'm trying that. The other thing that I've been really fascinated about because of this AI revolution is the idea that, it's along the lines of digital real estate, is that what's happening with AI is that it's become so much easier to send an email, to target someone, to send an email, to do outbound basically marketing. And I believe that email is going to be for the longest time, it was like the OG marketing channel. But I think that email is going to die because it's just going to get pummeled with fucking shit. It's going to get pummeled with AI written content that you're not going to be able to decipher if it's real or not.
Yep.
And because of that, the value of what email is going to look like is going to go down. So that means we'll have to find new channels of like getting in front of people. And it's just, email is dying.
Email's tough. I mean, we got an e-commerce brand. Like, it's still like not bad, but like you said, it's just tough because And I always look at the average consumer. I look at my mom. Or I look at like someone who's a parent who's buying for their kid. Like average person, I feel like their inbox is so insane already. Like they've signed up for all these different stores and they're getting all these different marketing emails. And it's like, you got to beat those emails plus everything else they're getting, plus the spam. And you said the junk. And it's like, how do you get to the top of it when you already have 100 plus emails?
Yeah.
That's why we started doing the tech stuff. I told you about the text message list
Yeah.
with Lalo. And like that in 1 year became our number one sales tool.
Wow.
In 1 year.
And it makes sense because it's top real estate. Guess what the most
Text,
important real estate on the planet is?
Yeah.
It's your messages.
Yeah, you're right there. Whatever pops up on that screen.
And then your group chat, your AI group chat.
Yeah, group chat.
But no, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's why it's working for you because it is prime real estate.
It's
Getting to
best
somebody's text message is amazing real estate. The only thing is that you don't want to fuck with it. If you fuck with
that's the thing. So you have it's like a higher responsibility,
yes,
right? Because it's like, okay, how many times do you message them?
exactly.
How many times do you send this silent ball or this sale? You can't. Because then you start getting people like, yo, people get annoyed easily.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be the brand that's too salesy. So
Totally.
yeah, it's this play. But then the cool thing about that too is like we have access to the Instagram DMs. So now we can play with Instagram DMs versus text, right? Or maybe you send 2 Instagram DMs to 1 text.
Right.
So it's like there's a lot of cool things that are coming out now.
Yep.
But yeah, I agree with you. Like, email's like here for now, and it's still a good tool for e-commerce brands. But I don't know how long like it'll be like a top dog for. Because it's still top dog for a lot of brands.
Right. Right. Fascinating, man. So I thought you would enjoy this.
Okay.
Because you're a sports guy, and because you're because of who you are, I thought you would enjoy this. So, I recently ran into the commissioner of the CFL.
Wow. Okay. Rad.
So I was going on an early morning flight on
Okay.
Sunday, and I was going to San Diego, and I was in Edmonton International Airport. It was like 5 o'clock, late 5 o'clock in the morning. I get to the Nexus security, and I see the commissioner.
Oh, so you knew his face, like
I knew his face.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I knew his face. He comes in, and I'm the type of guy, I don't want to bother people in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, so I see him. I just nod. I put my stuff through security. Get through the other side. I don't talk to him. I didn't want to annoy him.
Yeah.
Okay. I get a water. I go buy a water. Then I go to the Air Canada lounge. Guess what? I see him again.
Of course.
We go up the elevator together. I still don't say anything. Okay? Because it's morning.
Yeah. I get it.
We get into the lounge. We both check in. I get a coffee. Then I'm about to go to the bathroom. He's there. We're washing our hands at the same time. And at this time,
come on.
I said, Commissioner, I said, I promise I'm not following you. And he's like, oh, he was nice. He was like, oh, don't worry about it. Like, if you're following me, it's all good, right? I don't want to, I keep it brief. We're in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it brief. I'm going to leave. Then, turns out we walk out together at the same time in the elevator. Now, at this point, the conversation's on. So he was just at the Elks game, and he said it was amazing, great turnout. They got a new owner.
Yeah,
Turned out really well.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring up the fact that the CFL is a dying product. Now, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I said that, listen,
You know
I'm an innovation guy. I love talking about, the cultural relevance of the game. And he's talking about the fact that we're really diversifying. I saw recently there was a woman in this niqabs, and they brought their kids. And I'm like, I don't know why he told me this story, but anyways. So he goes off, and I tell him I'm going to generate an email for him. So I'm on the plane, and I give him an incredible email. This is like the best. I've worked on this email more than I've worked on anything in my entire life. It was basically a 10-point plan to make the CFL relevant. Okay, do you want to hear it?
Please, I would love.
I mean, it is very lengthy, and there are tactics around it.
Yeah.
But I'll just give you the 10-point plan to disrupt the CFL.
Okay.
And make it a multi-billion-dollar industry instead of like a single-digit million-dollar industry that it is today. All right. So the guiding principle around making the CFL relevant is about, at the end of the day, garnering attention. Football is just like any sort of entertainment. It's like, how can you garner people's attention? And you will admit the CFL is not relevant at all, right?
Never.
So first thing to garner attention, number one, we need to collaborate more with major sports like TikTok and Instagram handles. Like talking about digital real estate, like Overtime, House of Highlights, Bleacher Report, ESPN, SportsCenter, they all dominate digital real estate. Their posts always are at the top.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do we collaborate them to be at the front of the page? Or either that, or we have to start creating our own organic, like, pages that people want to follow, and it's not just CFL. It has to be about what like ESPN SportsCenter. They're like reposting like Kai Sanat and like
they're doing anything
and Speed.
Now. Yeah,
they're doing everything.
Yeah.
We need to own that digital real estate around sports, of course, around football. Right? Anything to do with football, post it. Create a new channel, or you got to collaborate with these channels. That's the first thing. Number two, collaborating with creators. Of course, you need to tap into creators. This is a no-brainer. We know it. They're not doing any of that. Nelk Boys, Drewski, Kai, Speed. Get Speed on the Alouettes now.
Yeah. He should actually play on the team.
Exactly. He's fast. Players as creators. We need to strap more. We need to get the players as personalities. People follow people at the end of the day, not institutions.
Yep.
So we need to strap every personality on every team with a camera. We need to drop vlogs on YouTube, TikToks. We need to storytelling, narratives. We need to behind the scenes. We need more of this. Fantasy football. We need to amplify what they're doing around CFL fantasy football. Creating incentive for us in the group chats to create CFL football. The gateway to the reason why NFL does so well. Part of the reason is because people have these fantasy drafts.
And
they're literally going to places. They're doing things. There's an entire
taking
ecosystem.
Days off work to do it.
Yeah. NFL fantasy is $1 billion industry.
Yeah.
Okay, number 5. Betting. I say steroids. I actually said betting on steroids just to like see if you'd read it. Betting on steroids meaning we need to focus on in-game betting, real-time betting, like more in-play betting, right? So we can say off the tip-off, off the coin toss, whatever.
More options.
Way more options for betting. Integrate that more. 6, you'll like this. More CFL fashion collabs with designers. I'll tell you why. CFL is an old school sport. Yeah. Tons of heritage, tons of nostalgia. Imagine an ALD Edmonton Eskimos drop, like a streetwear, like a Kith times Eskimos.
Oh, it'd be sick. It would be sick.
Kith times Eskimos, the look.
The vintage
look, football look.
I love that.
Like, obviously the Netflix doc, we saw what happened with F1. I mean, this is a no-brainer. Get a director, get a director, drop something. Flag football. Listen, kids aren't playing real football. They're playing flag football. We need to create a flag football team. Olympics is having flag football. We need to amplify what we're doing around flag football. 9, I'm almost done. Obviously, CFL, fans of CFL have been wanting a video game for years. 2 things are happening. The ability to create AI games the cost of it is dramatically reducing with AI.
Right.
But fine, if you can't do that, you got to partner with Madden. Get those in-game. Exactly. It's software. Get the teams in there.
Yeah, it's nothing
get
crazy,
the leagues in there. Partner with them. Get the gameplay going with CFL.
Yeah.
Number 10. Sports is all about commentary and drama. I believe that part of the reason why the NFL and NBA are so popular is because we are listening to The Ringer. We're listening to Stephen A. Smith. We're listening to personalities create the drama and the commentary around it. We're not even watching the game. We're watching the commentary around the game.
Exactly.
We need to boost this. We need to have our own podcasts and channels talking shit about the game, commentary and drama. Are we watching the WNBA? Are we listening to takes about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese about the WNBA? I would say the latter. So top 10 ideas for the CFL to disrupt themselves and to create more drama. What do you think, sports analyst?
First of all,
that's got to be the greatest. You got to see this email. I'm going to forward this email to you. It was an incredible email.
First of all, I love it. A lot of that stuff I agree with. A funny thing is the last couple months, I randomly will always check their website to see if they posted a new role. because I'm waiting to see if they're going to post like a CMO or like a chief of content or something, because like they're so bad at so many different things. And you literally labeled almost all the points. This can also, most of the framework in that can also go to the NHL. So you should probably send the NHL.
You know what I did?
Yeah, you should. Okay.
Do you know what I did? I sent it to my boy Benson, who is he's a digital strategist at the NHL. And I said, bro, I met the commissioner. I'm sending this to you too.
Yeah. Yo, I'm telling you, those two leagues need so much disruption, and they could actually be so much better if you take some of this stuff plus a bunch of other ideas. You can actually blow it up, and it'll just do so much better.
Yeah.
Right now, like you said, the product is so bad. The only people who are watching are the people who've been season ticket holders for X amount of years. Every year, if every game you give away 1,000 tickets, and those people come, it's not a sold out game. You gave away those 1,000 tickets for free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, I love that league, and I would love them to do so much more. I hope he reads that email. And I hope he hires you as a consultant. Then I hope you counter hire me to come in and do the content stuff, because we could blow that up.
Hey, listen, man. I'm happy for anybody to take these ideas and run with it. You know what it is? It goes back to digital real estate. What is sports at the end of the day? You're a sports fanatic. Listen, I'm excited about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson in November.
I hope it happens. Me too.
Right? Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. It's a 60-year-old dude. He's almost 60. With Jake Paul, he's not even. He's an amateur boxer.
Yeah.
And we're all watching it. They're selling out the biggest stadium, like
It's insane.
in the world, right? Football stadiums in the world, and what is it? It's entertainment.
That's all it is.
It's all entertainment.
Yeah.
If you own digital real estate, it doesn't matter what you're putting on. And actually, CFL is an amazing product, right? So it goes back to the idea that we value what is in front of us. And what is in front of us is the thing that gets the most attention. So it makes sense to make the thing that makes the most attention.
Yep. Need the eyeballs, man. Need that.
Need the eyeballs.
You said it. It's all about attention.
Man,
Nothing's changing.
I honestly think that this episode, we might need to take this clip, by the way, and put it at the beginning. This episode
that was a good clip.
Has so many ideas.
It does.
It has so many multi-million-dollar ideas.
Yeah.
Somebody could be a CMO of any sports league on the planet. Somebody could become an AI entrepreneur out of this podcast.
Just like that.
This is got to be the greatest podcast that people have ever heard in their entire lives. Man, I appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate you.
Anything else you want to pitch, or you?
I got to give you some real quick. Hold
You
on.
got something after this crazy podcast? What do you got? I'm excited, man.
Don't get too excited. It's something really small, but
Okay.
Look, we got Brown Ballers, right?
Yes.
We've been growing a lot. We're building this crazy sports media platform.
It's incredible.
It's insane. Like, we're growing crazy. We're reaching incredible amount of people. We got documentaries, new content, all kind of cool things, new sports teams coming. Every day it's basically just evolving into like this beast of a nonprofit that you can't really envision because we've never done it before, right? So it's a whole new thing. A big thing that we're trying to do now is, of course, go back to the grassroots, get back into the community, start doing some events.
Yeah.
Okay, to get people to know social will only take you so far. That's what we've learned from having a nonprofit. We will get to eyeballs. Last month we had 9 million people on Instagram for views.
Wow.
Awesome. But that's not giving us actual value in terms of like how can they help us grow even further, right?
Right.
So okay, let's go back. Let's meet people. Toronto, Vancouver, New York, Edmonton. Let's host our own galas and events. Get people in the same building.
Love it.
Tell them what we're doing. Pitch the idea. Get more people on board.
Love
right?
it.
So
I'm in.
I've hand selected a selected amount of people in Edmonton, and you're one of those individuals. So
Wow,
this
man.
is the first official invite to our Diwali fundraising gala in October, and I want to hand that to you.
man.
It's a box of mithai. It's a custom event. You can scan the code.
Wow, this looks amazing.
Yeah, just movers and shakers in the city. People like yourself.
Fundraising gala, man.
Yeah, man. So hopefully you'll be here. If not, that's fine. But I hope you can come and we can.
This looks amazing.
Can see you in person there.
So this is a charity. This is a charitable event.
There's a charitable event. So we're a nonprofit in U.S. and Canada. So it's all a write-off. Everything's all good. We'll have some speeches, silent auction, DJ. It'll be a fun night. It's at Guru downtown. It's a vibe. You've been there. It's a nice location.
This is
These are custom hand selected laddus. There's 5 different laddus in there. You guys can try. You can have it. It can be a power snack for you later on. Your sugars drop. You have one of these.
This is custom laddus.
This is custom, man. So I made these boxes just for the VIPs.
Wow.
You see, there's 5 different types there. So look,
Look at that.
it's all there, man. It's all there.
That. Dude, this is incredible. We're gonna enjoy this, man.
So yeah, I want to do something different. You know,
My kids love.
give it to the kids, man. Let them enjoy it. I want to do something different for this
Yeah,
event.
man,
Like,
this is awesome.
I don't want to just email people and be like, come to our event and
Yeah.
donate. I want to like,
I love the idea, man, and it's getting people together.
exactly.
And this is such a good idea. I'm a believer in like in person. You know, we talk about digital real estate.
I've seen you do it for years. Like,
Yeah, man, digital
what
real
it's done for
estate.
you, right?
But
Yeah.
this is like way more like in person real estate. Is
exactly.
like-
Because it moves people, I feel, a different way. They
Yeah.
get to connect with you officially.
Yep.
Can't connect on digital
Dude,
the same way. Right?
This is amazing, man. So you're gonna do this in different cities. Obviously starting in Edmonton.
Starting in Edmonton, prove the concept, do some fun stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we have Vancouver, Toronto, New York planned, and some other places, and then
Dope, man.
hopefully we'll do it all over the world and everywhere.
All right.
dollars are.
So let me just do a quick shout out for you guys. So I'm one of the first influencers
Literally,
to get this.
no, you are the first.
Whoa!
no, one of the first.
Oh damn. Okay, so Diwali fundraising gala, October 26, 2024, 5 p.m. Brown Ballers. You can get your tickets. This is gonna be incredible, man. Man, I can't wait.
Thank you, brother. Look,
gonna
I'm
be
excited to
amazing.
have you. I'm happy I could give it to you in person, and
Absolutely, brother.
onwards and upwards, man. Lots more to go.
Well, listen, this was incredible. I'm gonna have these sweets later. Rate, review, subscribe, whatever you got to do in this pod, and you got to rate, review, subscribe. What you have to.
You have to drop a comment.
You have to. This was a crazy
Please.
podcast. We'll see you guys on the next one.